It's okay for all of you? Continue. And now?
Does it figure?
Huh? Yes, normally it's okay? No.
Not really.
You have to plug in the USB, right? With the Clifford.
Je pense qu'ils l'ont fait déjà, non?
It's usually at the back, at the butt. There should be like the USB comes out.
Here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
No worries. I just put that.
Okay, thank you very much.
Just give it a second. It's installing.
You can try? It's okay? It's okay. Thank you for the time. Let me introduce the second team. It's Zafe. Zafe team represents HSE Montréal. They will be present how they help women from culturally rich local communities by commercializing their handmade craft that are ecologically and sociologically responsible. Thank you very much. You have 15 minutes. You can start.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. So we can start. Meet Marie-Jeanne. Marie-Jeanne is a young woman. She's 24. She lives in a shanty town. She got 4 children, and she still has to take care of her sick mother. Thank God, she's talented, and she produces amazing items using rudimentary canvas. All the same, she can't earn a living because she doesn't know where and how to sell her amazing items, and she depends on the selling as a primary source of income. Here in Canada, we have entities, a lot of corporations, whether it is HSE Montréal or Videotron or even La Baie de Sun. Those entities are more and more every day prompted to care about their corporate social responsibility because the new generations are asking for questions. Who made my clothes? Who made my accessories? Is it ethical? Is it ecological? Am I contributing to do something good in the world when I buy this? Or am I helping a heavy corporation making more money? So as a solution, we want to set a marketplace, a curated marketplace, for those women artisans to be able to showcase their products. All this, we are aiming at contributing to the Millennium Goal for Development, and specifically the 8th one, that is all about economic growth and decent work. On the other side, we want this marketplace to be a place where corporations will find supply for their social corporate responsibilities. So when they have to do procurements, when they need to go in tender, why not think about those women? Because they can produce. So we could purchase and make a difference in the world, and this without having to change all of our business model. This also is a part of the goal, the Millennium Goal for Development. It's all about responsible consumption and production. What are the value added that we want to bring to this corporation and those women? If you are a maker and you make things handmade, especially if you live abroad, if you're not in Canada, you're not in US, you have a lot different stages that you have to go through before reaching a corporation like Walmart, like Macy's, or like La Baie de Sun. You need to go to the importer. You need to go to, then the importer go to the wholesale buyer. Then the wholesale buyer contact the retailers, and then the retailer put it on shelf and wait for final customer to get it. We want to get it faster, and by cutting some intermediary, it gets cheaper. So it is a sort of vertical integration, because it's like a corporation through us can have their eyes inside of this Marijan craft workshop. They can see how she produces, they can see how she grows, they can see how she shares her revenue, what type of condition she works, and what type of impact she has on her community. When we started, we wanted to do something for them, and while we were going out and talking to people and go on social media, we find ourselves reassured, because we find people liking what we were doing. And not only they were liking, but the people who were liking were actually our targets. They were women artisans from United States, from Canada. They all agreed with those issues, they understood it, and somehow they live it too. If you take a woman that is living in Quebec, let's say not in Montreal, she may live in, let's say, Abitibi. She can do stuff handmade, she has talent, but it's also another struggle to make a living out of this, especially if she wants to take care of child, and if her husband is there or is not making enough revenue, it's still a challenge. Sometimes artisans will make most of their annual income only on the last semester of the year. They can make 10K just in a bunch, but it's almost half of the revenue they will have on all the year. So 10K multiplied by 2, it's 20K. It's below the poverty level, and that's not mainly because they cannot produce. It's mainly because they cannot market sustainably every day of the year and still having clients. So this project has been, we've been doing exploration for a while ago, and we went out there, we went to showcase, we went to talk to customers, we bring a lot of product and ask them, what do you think about it? Here's the value that we want to show you. What do you prefer? They were really impressed by the idea that everything could be customized. That if they had just a print, we could make it happen. If they were also really interested in the fact that we were looking after empowering women through entrepreneurship, like helping those artisans grow with entrepreneurship spirit. And they also liked the fact that it was as well designed and functional. These were items, not only artisanal items that you bring in your table, in your living room, just for decoration. They can actually use them and integrate it in their everyday living. And also be proud about it, talk about it to their friend. Look, I bought this here. Here's the story of my product. And people really like that. So we've made some tests. We actually done some customization. And this item was made handmade out of a picture. The picture was sent to the craft workshop, and the craft workshop was able, without further instruction, to execute it. And it was a pretty good execution. Of course, we've looked at the competition, and in Quebec mainly, we have one competitor. And this competitor who is really focused, actually on the Quebec, the local community of Quebec designers and artisans. And they are doing pretty good, which gives us an insight that there is some space in the market and some demand for this type of venture. People could also source from Etsy, who's considered like a leader, but it's not oriented and really tailored for corporation. And also, it doesn't do a great job at curating, and mainly the product over there are from the USA. Some minority from elsewhere, but it's not something that they are looking after. People just come because they hear about it and they know it's good. But they did not proactively try to source from other places. So as we analyzed, we saw that there are some things that they did well, but we could have done better. You know, it's good to have a marketplace. Those are all the features that we think that could be done better. Curation is really important for customer. Customization is also important. For us, it's important to give the opportunity to people from all over the world as much as we can. And storytelling is also important for customer engagement. And storytelling is really the new way of doing marketing, and we want to do it properly. We have a very basic pricing table, and this was just for making a simulation. It may evolve. We may have many more revenue streams, but those are the simplest ones that we wanted to share today. And it is based on the hypothesis that the paying customer will be actually the artisan, the craftsman, and they will have different plans that they will be on, and everyone could just come in and get on the platform for free. But as they grow in sales, it gets more interesting for them to have just a fixed fee and a fixed fee and to get away from the commission. We made some simulation about it, and what we found out is we could break even pretty fast if we will be able, and we would have a very good business if we would be able to maintain 200 paying customer. We will be paying about the plan at $50. So it would be a great business for us. So as you can see, here's a summary of our revenue and expenses. Expenses will be mainly to pay human resources, because we will have a web platform. So there are maintenance that needs to be made for this platform. Also logistic, and also meeting with clients, but mainly it's for IT and logistic, and also marketing. And those are the type of expenses that we will have. All this, I present myself at this moment. I am the founder behind this project. 9 years of international experience in non-for-profit, and also a certificate in retail and customer experience from HEC Montréal. This is the third competition where we are participating and reaching the finals. So we hope we will win this time, and we participate in other competition just to learn to know. I have also a few advisors to whom I ask for questions when I need some clarifications. With the project, I've learned a lot, and it was really important to learn to do it properly. This is the reason why I've been participating in many incubators in the Montreal community, and also I've made some trial and errors with e-commerce, website, how to do duties, and custom, quality of product, how to manage the people, testing product, asking for client feedback, and also working with craft workshop, see how the relationship is, what they requires, and everything, getting some sales partners, and doing a bit of PR, and going event and fashion show, and so on. So I would like to invite you to be part of this venture, to have a contribution into the Millennium Goal for Development, and primarily the two that we are targeting, that are decent work and economic growth, and also responsible consumption. So be part of this adventure. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's now the time for the judges.
Well, thank you for the presentation. So if I understood correctly, this is an online platform. You're going to sell your products online?
They are going to be showcased online. Of course, people working in corporations don't stay online all day long. So of course we will have to go out and talk to them. but there's some sort of convenience with having an online platform where they could go whenever they want later and just having to look at what they want. And also it allows us to reduce the amount of paper that we're printing instead of bringing catalog and so on. They could see the catalog online and see the profile of the designer, so they will know who they prefer, what matches their value the more.
But you're aiming at a corporate social responsibility companies to sell your products, or it's for everybody online?
It's mainly for social corporate. We want to target companies. Now there are many business models that can be applied. So sometimes people working in company are referred by their company to buy on an online platform. You know, so it's become some type of B2B2C. You understand? But it's mainly through corporation. The corporation will be our main partners, the main people that we want to talk to.
I don't think you're talking about choosing artisans from all over the world?
Well, we are not going at all over the world, all at the same, of course, but that's the vision. That's why, because it is the vision, we talk about it.
Can you talk a little how would you handle to bring the distribution channel, how would you handle to bring these products, these services here to Canada? We made the test with the duties, and so first of all we need to assess for the law for every country, because duty laws vary from countries. Some countries enter in Canada with duty free. That is an L, but this is the first step that we take. We assess the law, and then we try to talk with the people to have as much information about what type of product they have, and to see if it's compliant, and they ship it. There are many ways to ship it. Generally, we use the very basic one. That is the most affordable for most. And we shipped it, and then we can see it and assess it and do quality control if necessary, and then repackage it and send it to the customer. And the last question, do you somehow, how do you choose your clients? Can you choose your clients? Everybody will be welcome? Is there any way?
The artisans?
Yes.
And if the platform will be available, of course anyone could come and register and have a profile, but we are not going to push everyone, because everyone is not at the same stage, everyone is not ready to wholesale. So we enter also, that's why we talk about entrepreneurship, to add went with all full detail with it in the presentation, but we enter also to try to give them trainings to know how to do business with the corporation in Canada, what things are expected from them in terms of quality, and how they should manage their business for it to be sustainable as well. So people who are able to wholesale will be.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Did you already make several approaches? What is your customer base, or your projections are based on a network you already know, I guess? Artisans and corporations?
Yes. For artisans, I already know how to approach them. I've approached them, a great amount of them, and there are actually networks of artisan places or organizations that gathers artisans, and because they bring value for them, but we can always do more. And for corporation, there are databases of corporations that are looking for actually having a responsible supply. So it's go and get them one by one, and getting also some introduction from personal network and people who know people who know people who know. Yes, this is how we intend to do it.
Considering your projections, you should have made 2 million profit in 5 years from now. What will you do with this 2 million?
That is a great question. As I say, we want to empower these people. So a great amount of this money will be used to reinvest into the venture, like helping them, making up mentoring and training programs to help them learn to manage better their enterprise, their venture. And mainly at this point, this is the main thing that we want to do with this money, rather than giving it to another charity, but investing into the same core value that we have, that is economic growth, decent work, and also sustainable consumption.
What is your curation process?
The creation process is simple. It's like, if we identify someone as an artist and designer, an artist, we are looking after pictures. So that's the picture that are the basic that we do. The picture will let us know what are the basic skills of the person, if the person can work metal, if the person can work just aquarelle, if the person can work leather. This is our first showcase of the savoir-faire. And then we get in touch with the person. We can ask for questions to know where they are now, and also visit them. So we have a tier ID, and from there we know at which level we are with them, and we can go further.
Thank you. Do you have some questions?
And also, all that I'm wearing today is handmade, and from my shoes to my jewelry, they're all handmade.
Okay. Thank you for saying that we have 2 minutes for 1 or 2 more questions.
What can be the main challenges that you're facing today after all this that you've done to be able to go to the next
level?
Yeah.
It would have been some seed funding.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's more about.
Yes, it will be more about seed funding, but I will be able to.
Yeah.
Yes. That's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No,
it's recorded.
I think we have a short break, right? This is 9:50, the next one's 10:15.
It's more or less. It's not exactly because we have 5 minutes after.
This is a short break. Can I just check the introduction for Luminoso?
So in recovery, it's the people in the other room?
No, they're not around.
Okay, excuse me.